The person watching this video doesn't actually exist. Well, not in the way you think anyway. The you that you're so familiar with, your habits, your gut reactions, your worries, that feeling you get when you look in the mirror, is mostly just a character you've been playing on repeat. It's an echo of a past self. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to finally break that loop and step into the role of the person you were always meant to become. Think about it. You wake up, check your phone, think the same thoughts as yesterday, and feel the same familiar frustrations or anxieties. For the most part, your personality has become a subconscious program. By the time we reach our mid-30s, the majority of who we are, our beliefs, emotional reactions, and habits, is a set of memorized programs running on autopilot. Your body has literally memorized the feeling of being you. It knows your brand of anxiety, your specific flavor of self-doubt, your signature way of procrastinating. Your body has become the mind. It's like an actor who has played the same role for so long, they've forgotten they're even on a stage. They believe the costume is their skin and the script is their own free will. But it's not. It's a performance. And the life you're living right now is a direct reflection of that performance. The problem? You're reading from a script that was written years ago, based on old experiences, old hurts, and old limits. Does this feel familiar? Maybe you wake up, look in the mirror and think, damn, I really thought I'd be further ahead by now. You've got this deep, nagging sense that there's so much more potential locked inside you, but you just can't seem to find the key. You set the same goals, have the same arguments, and fight the same battles, only to end up in the same place, year after year. It feels like you're trying to drive with the emergency brake on. You slam on the gas. You try to work harder or be more disciplined, but all you get is more resistance and more burnout. I know this feeling intimately. For years, my identity was the creative who could never finish anything. It wasn't just a behavior, it was who I was. I'd start projects with a huge burst of passion, but my subconscious script would always kick in. The voice would whisper, "You're not disciplined enough for this." My body would flood with that familiar feeling of being overwhelmed, and I'd abandon the project. I was just proving the script right over and over. My reality was a perfect match for my personality. The brain is often described as a prediction machine that constantly filters reality based on your existing beliefs. If you believe you're always broke, your brain gets really good at spotting bills and ignoring opportunities. If you identify as unlovable, your brain highlights every hint of rejection and filters out genuine connection. Your life isn't a reflection of what's possible, it's a reflection of who you believe you are. So what if you could fire the old actor? What if you could become the author of a new character, one who is capable, confident, and living the life you actually want? You can. It's a process of intentional identity creation. This isn't about faking it till you make it. It's about acting as if until you become. It's a rehearsal that physically rewires your brain. Research on neuroplasticity confirms that the brain's structure isn't fixed. It reorganizes itself based on new thoughts and behaviors throughout our entire lives. You have biological permission to change. Every time you consciously choose a new thought or take a new action, you are building and strengthening new neural pathways. You're literally installing new software into your hardware. Here's your guide to doing it intentionally. Step 1. Audit the current character. Before you can write a new script, you have to read the old one. You need to become a conscious observer of the character you've been playing. For the next few days, I want you to watch yourself like a detective. What are the automatic thoughts that run through your mind, especially when you're stressed? What are the core stories you tell? Pay attention to the words "I am." I am always tired. I am bad with money. I am just not a morning person. These aren't facts. They are lines from your script. What feelings has your body memorized? Is it anxiety? A tightness in your chest? A feeling of just giving up? What actions do you take on autopilot? Reaching for your phone? Saying yes when you mean no? Procrastinating on the one task that could change everything? Don't judge it, just observe it. Write it down. You have to see the old program to deactivate it. Step 2. Script the future self. This is where you become the author. And this isn't about vague wishes like, "I want to be happy," This is about detailed character creation. Grab a notebook and write in the present tense as your future self. Who is this person? How do they start their day? What thoughts do they think when they face a setback? How do they carry themselves? What do they believe about their own potential? What does it feel like to be them? For example, instead of, "I want to be confident," your script might read, "I am the kind of person who walks into a room looking for people to connect with. When I feel nervous, I take a deep breath and remember my value. I see challenges as opportunities to prove what I'm made of." The more vivid you can make this, the better. Psychological research on what's called future self continuity shows that the more real and connected your future self feels, the more likely you are to make choices today that benefit that future self. Visualization is the essential first step that closes the gap between who you are and who you want to become. Step 3, act as if. An identity isn't built on thought alone, it's built on action. Your job is to take at least one small, intentional action every single day that aligns with your future self's script. The goal isn't to get a massive result. The goal is to send a signal to your brain that says, "Hey, this is who we are now." If your future self is a writer, your action is to write one paragraph, not a book. One paragraph, because that's what writers do. They write. If your future self is a healthy person, your action is to go for a 10-minute walk. If your future self is a calm parent, your action is to put your phone away for the first hour you're with your kids. These small actions are like votes for your new identity. They start carving out new neural pathways. Even your environment can help. The concept of in-clothes cognition suggests that the clothing we wear can influence our mental state. While studies show its effects can be modest, dressing for the role you want, like wearing a blazer to feel like a leader, can be one more small signal that reinforces the new you. It's all about aligning your inner and outer worlds. Step 4, the identity shift. This is the final stage. It's the point where you stop acting and you simply start being. The new behaviors rehearsed enough times become your new automatic program. It's no longer a struggle to go to the gym. It's just part of who you are. It's no longer an effort to speak up in a meeting. It's your natural default. This is the process of an identity shift. Through repeated intentional action, you internalize the new identity until it becomes your reality. The feedback loop flips. It's no longer past identity, past actions, past reality. It becomes future identity, aligned actions, new reality. You'll know you've shifted when you look back at your old self and it feels like a stranger. You'll think, "I can't believe I used to think that way," or "I can't imagine reacting like that anymore." The old costume just doesn't fit. You've fully embodied the new role. So it all comes down to 4 steps. First, you audit the character you're currently playing. Second, you vividly script the future self you want to become. Third, you rehearse that new role with small daily actions. And fourth, you embody it until it becomes your new nature. The person you were yesterday doesn't have to define the person you are today. You aren't a fixed, static being. You are a dynamic process. The brain's proven ability to change is your permission slip to reinvent yourself at any age. The old character has played its part. It taught you lessons, it got you this far, but its contract is up. It's time to thank it for its service and let it go. It's time to step onto the stage of your life and into the role you were truly meant for. If you're ready to stop reliving the past and start authoring your future, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Your next chapter is waiting to be written.